Coldplay played a record-breaking fifth headline performance at this year's Glastonbury, and the band invited an array of guests on stage to perform with them.
Yes, so among them was singer-songwriter Victoria Canal, who took to the piano for a rendition of the hit Paradise in front of more than 200,000 festival goers. What an extraordinary occasion. Looked like this. And Victoria's with us now. Morning to
Morning.
you. I was watching you watching that and thinking, has it sunk in yet? That happened?
Just about now, it's sinking in days later. But I've been watching it back over and over again. It's like still a dream come true.
And when you say a dream come true, you mean it, because you faked up a Rolling Stone magazine
in 2019.
kind of cover. So 5 years ago, yeah?
Right.
And what was it? Tell us what it was.
Right, so yeah, for April Fool's Day, I made a Rolling Stone cover that said, Victoria Canal wows Chris Martin at a clown's birthday party and goes on tour with Coldplay forever and ever, yeah.
This is it. And then somehow, with the miracles of the internet and people who know people, he saw it.
Yeah, exactly. Someone that he worked with had been following me, saw that post and said, I'm going to make Victoria's day by sending Chris one of her videos. And sure enough, he texted back right away saying, this is amazing, let's get in touch with her, see how we can help. And ultimately, he signed me to Parlophone, the same label as Coldplay.
And he hadn't forgotten you, because ahead of the set in Glastonbury, he gets in contact again.
Yeah, well, he's been keeping in touch over the years pretty constantly. I mean, we've had brunch and whatever, and he's like a great guy and always looking out for me. So when this opportunity came up, he literally just FaceTimed me out of the blue. It was 1 a.m. where I was, and he was like in a different time zone, and I was, a little bit tipsy, and he's like, do you know the song Paradise by Coldplay? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, do you want to play the piano part at Glastonbury? I was like, sure. And then the next morning, I literally had to call my friend and be like, was that a dream or did that actually happen? Because I've had literally that dream before, and then you wake up and you're like so disappointed that it wasn't real. But yeah, so it was like the craziest weekend of my whole life.
And you say, obviously, you knew the song, but did you know the song, as in to play it? Did you straight away get to the piano and go, I've got to do some homework here? Yeah,
well, I did have a bit of homework to do because he's such a specific piano player, and I wanted to really get the part right. But the thing is, when I was 13 and I started doing gigs, my identifier, like doing Coldplay or doing cover gigs at restaurants, was that I could play any Coldplay song. So it really is like, I can't express enough like how much of a manifestation it feels like to go from playing Coldplay covers for 3 people in a restaurant to playing to millions of people at Glastonbury with Coldplay.
It's a great story. Now, people who saw it at the time, some people won't have done, there were other people on stage that day, and Michael J. Fox was one of those people.
Yeah.
And so that was it. I mean, you were on stage, he's there, and you got to meet and chat. Is that right?
Right. So we were actually both staying at the same hotel leading up to the performance. And
did you know he was going to perform?
I had no idea. My old NYU professor reached out and was like, hey, I'm here this weekend with my boss, Michael J. Fox. He's like, my old teacher is his guitar coach. And I was like, oh my God, we're staying at the same hotel. So we met in the lobby, and I went and hung out with Michael. And we were both really nervous leading up to the performance.
Hold on, you don't get to say, I hung out with Michael and not tell us what happened. No one gets to say that.
Well, we went to dinner and like hung out in his like hotel courtyard, and I just got to know him. And honestly, like he really is such a hero. Like he has had such an incredible impact on artists around the world that started playing music because of him in Back to the Future, and including Coldplay. I think like Chris said on stage that he was the reason that Coldplay like became a band. And yeah, I was just amazed talking to him about what it's like to be someone different and have a body that's different in public, and how everyone will always have something to say about that and want to focus on that. And the day after the show, a headline came out about me that said, you know, one-armed piano player on stage with Coldplay, rather than Victoria Canal, singer-songwriter on the same label as Coldplay. And I showed it to him and I was crying and I was like, I don't know what to do with this, because I always, no matter what I do, no matter how hard I work at music, I seem to be defined by this one thing. And he said, you know what, Victoria, I've been dealing with that for 40 years. The best thing you can do is do your thing and just let them say what they're gonna say. So it's just so inspiring and impactful to meet him, and it really changed my life, actually.
Let's just see if we can play a little bit of June Baby, which is your video, and we'll talk over it while it's on, just because I just want people to see and see what it's about.
This is my new single.
This is your new single, and you're touring?
Yes, I'm going on tour in the fall. I'm touring the UK and the US and Europe from September to December, so those tickets are on sale, and yeah.
I get the impression, Victoria, the emotions are still quite raw when you're talking about the moments you've just had. I mean, you're very young. The emotions are still pretty raw, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty raw. I mean, you know, I called my parents the day of the show, like, I literally have been dreaming about this my whole life. Like, I couldn't be more honored to share the stage with like my songwriting hero and get to meet people that have just really persevered and just never given up on their dream. And that's like, since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to do this, and I've always had the like conviction to just never ever give up. So for my dreams to come true, it's like, it's very special.
It is very special. And I can tell you this, you in turn will be inspiring a lot of other people. Be in no doubt about that.
The baton is passed on.
Yeah,
that's how it
absolutely.
works. So well done. And good luck with the tour.
Thank
you for
Yeah.
talking to us
Nice
as
to see you
well.
here.
Nice to see you. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Don't
It's
be sorry
all
ever.
good.
You're proud and you should be proud. Getting to live your dreams is a rare thing. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Victoria's single, you saw a snippet of it there, June Baby. That is it for breakfast this morning.
Yes, election coverage, remember, of course, begins tonight, 9:55 on BBC One and the iPlayer.